Hi everyone. Today we're going to have our lesson on the quick selection tool in Photoshop. Photoshop is all about selecting the pixels you want and separating them from the pixels you don't want. And quick selection tool is one of my favorite ways to grab those pixels. All right. So, you've probably already downloaded all the images from the classroom into your downloads, and you have these monkeys, the jaguar flower, and good old Scooby-Doo. All right, as usual, what we're going to do is start off with the gym picture and just drag it on over to Photoshop. Once it's in, go up to the tab and you're going to pull it down to separate that image. Let's go ahead and bring our next image. We're going to start off with this nice flower. This is a good one to start with. It works really well because the flowers in the background has a lot of contrast, and Photoshop is able to pick up on that. Let's also grab the tab and pull this one down and kind of have this off to the side as we work. All right, the quick selection tool is over here on the left side. It is with the magic wand tool, but we're going to start off with this quick selection tool. And this quick selection tool is just like a paintbrush. You can adjust the size with your left and right bracket. So left bracket is smaller, right bracket is bigger. You can see it up here also. And I like to just leave it on this second quick selection. Then we have quick selection with the plus sign. That's the add to. So that means when you make a selection, which I'll do right now. Let me make it a little bit smaller. And I'm just going to kind of click and drag over these petals. Click and drag, and you can see the marching ants. Now, since I have one part selected and I have it on the Add To selection with a little plus sign, when I click again, it's just going to add it to this selected area also. So I'm just going to click and drag. And as you can see, this flower is really easy because there's a lot of contrast between that background. There's a nice hard edge between the white pixels and the green pixels here. So I'm going to grab all this. And I can just do this kind of fast. So I'm just kind of clicking and dragging down these petals. The more you get used to this, you'll find out that sometimes it works better to have a larger area or a smaller. But let's go ahead and grab this over. So here, I just have these last two petals. Let me click and drag. All right, and let's double check. We got our marching ants around the whole selection as flower. I'm going to move this to the side a little bit. All we got to do is go to our Move tool, or our shortcut is V on our keyboard. Go and click on the flower, and let's drag it to the gem. Let's go ahead and resize this, which is an edit. We're going to edit, but also transform it. Again, Control T is the shortcut. That's a good one to learn. Control T for free transform. And let's grab a corner. And please, please, please make sure you hold Shift when you resize to keep it proportionate. And let's move it up here to the side. Hit enter to apply this transformation, and put up here on our gym wall. Let's go ahead and do one that's a little bit more tricky. This monkey is a little bit more tricky. I'm going to grab this file, drag it to the empty over area in Photoshop. It's kind of hidden back here. Here's the tab up the top left. I'm going to drag it down. And let's start with the same thing. Let's go up to our quick selection tool, and I'm going to drag it around all this monkey fur. As you can see, the area is growing over here. And let's just kind of drag, and you'll see that Photoshop, good, we got around the fingers. I'm going to drag across to the monkey head over on this side, and there we go. Now, as you can see, the marching ants are almost completely around the monkey here. They come around this side. Oops, Control Z, I clicked something I shouldn't have. Let's go around the whole thing, and you notice there's marching ants, which is perfect. We don't want this green area in the middle of his arm. But let's look on the other side of this monkey. It's selected these pixels. There's no marching ants. So this is where I need to come up to this left side and go to the subtract button on the quick selection. It's going to remove pixels that it has selected. So let's go to the subtract button, and I'm going to decrease the size of my brush. I'm sorry, of the quick selection tool. Left bracket, left bracket, left bracket. And let's just kind of click and drag. And it's going to deselect that green area inside there. Let's go ahead and do this little green area inside here. I'm going to hit Z for zoom and drag this in. Let's go back to our quick selection tool. Left bracket, left bracket, left bracket, and kind of grab those pixels on the inside there. Now, for the sake of this lesson, this is pretty good. But as I'm zoomed in, I also noticed I don't have the ears selected. So instead of the subtract from selection, let me go back to the add to selection. And I'm going to click on the ear. There we go. And spacebar to pan over. Click plus, add to selection, add to, add to. Good enough for this lesson. All right, control minus to zoom out. Let's go to our move tool, which is V on our keyboard, and go ahead and drag this monkey over. And there we go. We got a monkey on the gym wall. Let's resize this again. Control T is the shortcut. Please, please, please hold Shift when you are resizing. We do not want a scrunched up or a smushed monkey. Hold Shift. When we have it the right size, go ahead and enter. And let's move this monkey wherever we want to. And now would be a good time for you guys to start playing with your layer toolbar and the opacity. Maybe make it look like the monkey is actually on the wall itself, or even play with layer blending mode. Click on the layer blending mode, click on normal, hit the down arrows to scroll through the different options and see if we can make it look like he's actually kind of painted on the wall. You get the idea. I'm just going to leave it with normal and a lowered opacity just a tad. All right, so there's an intro to your quick selection tool. Again, you're going to take all these images, the flower, the two jaguars, monkey, and Scooby-Doo, and move them all over to the gym wall without their backgrounds. All right, hope you enjoyed this video. Peace.